Welcome, listeners. You are here. It's Fret Talk number 30. 30 episodes. Goddamn. You are here with your host, Budget Pedal Chap. You are joined by your co-host, Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
And you are here with a contributor who we've not heard from for a while, Mr. Paul Farrell. Say hi, Paul.
Good evening, everybody.
You've got an astoundingly posh voice. I love it.
Nobody ever says that because I'm actually Scottish, so that never actually happens.
It's a very, very, very posh Scottish. So, Paul,
lovely.
We haven't heard from you for a while. What's been up?
I don't know, I've just not actually been around, or there's been circumstances that means I can't join the podcast, so happy to be back. In terms of gear and gear-related news, I think last time I was on, I had just bought a second-hand Sterling Music Man, which, depending on where you go, the internet seems to be quite a hot topic.
Indeed. Yeah, we had...
as I said, before we started, I made it worse when I fiddled with the tremolo and the tension of the springs, and then I've only recently just put that back to where it was before, and now it's infinitely more playable than it was previously.
Yeah, fiddling with the tremolo is a dangerous game.
It's a mugs game. And I think in between then, just before Christmas, I got a Katana 50. So I think Andrew's non-funded boss propaganda on the way to pick that up, because I was looking to shift my Marshall DSL 40 because it was a bit overkill for the space that I have.
Yeah.
But now, because I don't like the drive channel or any of the drives available on the Katana, and I only have a big muff for fuzz, I quite like the overdrive. I just like lots of distortion. I like to be as obnoxious as possible. So I'm actually thinking of keeping the Marshall now and just trying to find a balance between me and my neighbours. So
that's it, yeah. Get new neighbours, I think, is the...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Leave the amp and then sod them right off. But no, that's pretty much it. Just been playing odds and sods before and after Christmas. So yeah, happy to be back on to chat some nonsense about guitars.
Excellent. So, I mean, this is the first time that we've heard anything slightly disparaging about the Katana. So that their propaganda hasn't got to you yet.
No, I think it's, like I say, I just like lots of distortion and kind of chuggy.
Yeah.
So again, I only play for me. I don't play in any kind of live or public setting. So, but I move more away from like slightly overdriven, crunchy blues tones, which are a bit too. They reveal too much of my bad playing. So I prefer to just saturate everything in as much distortion as possible. So that's my favourite, but it's still good, but not my kind of ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, but that it still had that. It's still good. I want some nasty words to be said about the Voss Katana. Yeah, I'm still waiting. There's got to be someone out there who's got mean things to say about it and will push it down in the playground and take its lunch money.
Oh well, I'll say that the octave is crap, and the auto wah is also crap. But they're never usually anyone's go-to effects. But
no, I don't think anyone takes that as their staple, their sound.
No.
Yeah, I've got an octave into an auto wah. Oh, this is kind of not going to do.
I'll try and think of more as we go on. I'll just shout it out randomly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is crapping as well. Yeah, no, I'm happy for that to happen. So, Mr. Matt Quine, you're going to tell us about how you blew up a PA speaker system in your most recent gig, aren't you?
I'm not, because surprisingly we managed not to blow the speaker system up.
Oh, you spoiled sport.
We managed to run active tops with passive subs and get it to not explode. We struggled to get the level with the bins for a while. We weren't getting as much volume as we realised, as we thought, and we realised that the power amp we've got is half the wattage of the subs, so we need to get a bigger power amp. But other than that, once we decided to just whack everything up full, we got a decent sound out of it, and it worked.
Nothing ever goes wrong when you just turn everything up full, does it?
Well, nothing went wrong. We had the power amp maxed out to its top, and because the subs are twice that, so the power amp was 600, and then we've got 2 subs, and each of those are 600, so they're expecting 1200 feed across the 2. So it didn't drive those at all. So everything seemed to work. The power amp didn't blow up, and we got noise out of it. And it was one of the weirdest gigs I've ever done in my life.
And why is that? You were talking about your singer maybe not being able to do something.
Yeah, so our singer didn't do the gig, and instead we got a guy who plays in another cover band over here that do about 70% of our set. Gave him a call the night before and said, "Any chance you're free tomorrow night? And do you need to change any of these songs?" And he went, "Yeah, that's fine." And we had 7 songs to swap out with stuff that we haven't played in about 3 years at this point. But managed to throw in, I got to play my favourite riff of all time, which is Gay Bar.
Whiskey in the
I got
Jar.
to play that for the first time in about... No, Gay Bar.
Whiskey in the Gay Bar.
Whiskey in the Gay Bar.
You've got to watch out having whiskey in the Gay Bar. I think it's a dangerous game.
Yeah, but we managed to get Gay Bar in the set, which I fucking love because it's just such a good riff.
It's a wedding classic as well, isn't it? Gay Bar.
Yeah, it totally is. I mean, it went down well.
It should have been Free Bar, and then everyone would have lost their mind.
Yeah, it would have been an expensive gig, that wouldn't it? Yeah, you would have been the most popular wedding band in the entire of the UK, I think, let alone the Isle of Man.
Yeah, nobody ever plays that, do they?
So yeah, that sounds like an eventful gig. It's
it went down well though.
Yeah, no, it sounds wicked. Isn't music great as well? I mean, the fact that you can just get some random guy who knows half your set and just be like, yeah, you can come along.
Yeah, and it worked all right. I mean, there was a couple of songs where he came in at the wrong time, which on songs like Ocean Colour Scenes, what's the one that's out of tune that we said last week?
David Caught the Train. Oh, no, you want about a Riverboat song?
The Riverboat song, that's it. Yeah, he came in at the wrong time, which really confused everything, and then I put the solo in the wrong place, and nobody else noticed, but we got really confused and played the same riff 25 bars, trying to work out where we
trying
were.
to figure out where, yeah. So it ended up just being like a super proggy version of Riverboat song. Yeah,
it did, but other than that, everything went well.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Sounds like an eventful evening. I'm going to apologise to the listeners right up front here. Each and every one of us have a different flavour of cold this week. I'm kind of at the arse end of the coughing stage, so you may hear me clearing my throat if I don't bother to edit out the noises. I think there's some coughing going on in the background. There's some runny noses as well, so please do be quite kind on us because we're trying.
This is a British podcast after all. You're going to get sniffles and coughs and things.
You are, but we will soldier on regardless. I suppose it's down to me to tell you what I've been up to this week, isn't it? And Moog is going to love me again. I'm not going to start off with that again. I pulled out my Gibson Midtown this week, which is a bit of an oddball for those who don't know it. It's not one of Gibson's biggest selling guitars. It's kind of, the best way I can describe it is it's a midpoint between a 335 and a Les Paul, in tone and in look, because it's like a flat top 335 that it's chambered rather than a laminate front and back. I didn't plug it in, I just played it unplugged, but it made me realise how mean we've been to Gibson the past year. It's a very, very nice guitar, and it's very well made, and it makes me smile. It kind of exudes a quality, and yeah, it makes me realise why Gibson earned their reputation, and why it would be so terrible if they went tits up, which we'll probably see in 2008. No, I mean, we'll find out, but this is their defining year, isn't it? So yeah,
it is, I suppose.
I was playing that. It was beautiful. I do, however, need to change the strings. They are somewhat nasty. But yeah, I played that, and I think I may have shared it on my social media. If I haven't already, I will do that ASAP. So before this podcast goes out, you will see that guitar again. And there was something that spurred this on, actually. It was this podcast a couple of weeks ago. Our good friend Josh Wood, the man from America, he gave us a little finger wagging at our Gibson bashing. One of my very good friends was listening to it. And it got the Gibson seed planted into his head. And for the past 2 weeks, he's been tagging me in sales posts of Gibson Les Pauls because he wants to buy one. So both him and myself are going on a Les Paul hunt. So we're going to try and find him a Les Paul that fits his exacting specifications.
What are his specifications?
So he wants a full fat Les Paul. He doesn't want any of these chambered sissy Les Pauls.
Okay, fair enough. You like mine?
Yeah, I think he would scoff at that. To be honest, I've heard some very, very nice things, and our good friend Josh has been sharing some footage of his 2015 Les Paul, I think it is. That's chambered, and it sounds beautiful. However, it's a kind of a machismo thing, I think. So he wants the full fat because it's a proper Gibson.
So he wants backache.
Yeah, he wants backache. To be honest, mine's like that as well. And I did exactly the same thing. I was a giant child about the whole situation as well. Just went, it needs to be a full fat one. I want a proper Les Paul. I know. He's going to love me for this. He's going to absolutely love me. So yeah, he wants that. He wants some form of PAF sounding Bookers in there, but not burst Bookers. Because some of them come with the classic 57s, I think, and I think he was leaning towards them. And definitely, without any hesitation, no robot tuners.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they've got quite a bit of flack. I've got a student who's got a 2015 Les Paul with one of the robot tuner systems on it, and it's not bad. I fully admit that it works pretty well.
I'm going to go one better than that. I played one between Christmas and New Year, and I think it was probably the best guitar I picked up last year, the Les Paul 2015 with the robot tuners. It was a stonking guitar. I was really impressed. It was a bit light, and the neck wasn't chunky enough, but it sounded absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Can't fault it.
I was really impressed. I was expecting to, it to just feel a bit weird and sound a bit weird because it wasn't like you say, not a full fat Les Paul. It's like because it's half a body, but it played really well, and I really liked it.
One thing I've got to say about this student's Les Paul as well, he obviously plays it quite often because he's wore away the finish on the front of the guitar. Because it's a burst top, yeah, and I think it's somewhere near the bridge that he's got he's wore into the paintwork, almost like the Gary Moore Les Paul, where it's got the kind of by the strings, it's got like a pick mark where Gary Moore just punches through the strings rather than because his picking technique was not delicate, shall we say?
I was going to say, what does he play? God.
But yeah, this student, he's relicked it up like Gary Moore, and it looks the business. So kudos to that guy. But yeah, so my good friend is on a Les Paul hunt, and we might have found one. We might have. It will involve a 4-hour round trip. Yeah, he's roped me into getting this. The things I do for this podcast, the things I do.
Just for content.
That's
the
it,
endless search for content.
That's it, yeah. I'm shameless. So yeah, I've been on a Les Paul hunt this week. And just because I know Moog will complain if I don't say it, so I've done some electronics this week as well. I shared this with our little group that I managed to right the wrong of the backwards capacitor, and now it is completely wired. I am yet to test it though. I need to wire up some jacks and some power to it to test it, but everything looks good. So I'm happy having the Schrödinger circuit. It's only once I wire it up and realise something's not working that I have to start screaming at it. So I'm quite. It's like a Zen moment at the moment.
Is it a peaceful week then? Yeah, wired it up.
Yeah, I am at one with the circuit for now.
I think the importance of screaming in being a technician and having things work. If it doesn't make it work, it's cathartic anyway if you just bawl at something.
Yeah, completely. I've found that it kind of goes some way to making the circuits work. Because they never work first time. So there you go, Moog. There is your weekly electronic update. Free of charge. And this week I haven't called you a bastard or whatever I called you last week, so you are completely up. So not only is this week going to be our coffee-sode, it's going to be our NAMM mopping up episode as well. Mopping up what NAMM has left behind. That sounds a bit grim, doesn't it, to be honest?
Actually, you on the plate.
Yeah.
If you saw the video on the Guitar Nerds group about the state of the toilets, I think mopping up at NAMM is very much needed.
It's an apt metaphor.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, I don't think that bears thinking about. But we're going to start off our NAMM mopping up with something that has nothing to do with NAMM. Gibson 2018 basses. Oh dear.
But Gibson weren't at NAMM.
Apparently I'm dying. I found myself absolutely hilarious then, apparently, so I'm now struggling for breath. I know. This is a behind the scenes look at how my mind works. So 2018 basses from Gibson. There is a reason for me bringing these up. But I saw something on it today. So they're doing 4 basses. They're doing the Thunderbird. They're doing the SG. The new EB, which is kind of just, it looks like a bass. And they're doing a 4 and a 5 string version, I believe.
Yeah.
That's better. The reason I'm bringing these up, not only because...
You're missing one.
Am I? Go on, Matt. Prove me wrong.
They've got an RD bass as well.
We have an RD too.
Oh, do they? An RD? RD2? Isn't that someone from Star Wars?
I think he meant it as well, but...
Okay. You just take the fun out of it, Matthew. Take the fun out of it. So we've got apparently 5 basses, not 4. And I am in the camp that believes that the SG bass is probably one of the best looking basses ever to existed.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I think it goes back to Jack Bruce. He played one back in the Cream era, and yeah, it works for me. The reason why I wanted to bring these up though is because they've teamed up with the guys at Babix, who create possibly the best bridges ever. I know it's quite an accolade. Matt's looking surprised, but
I've just never heard of them.
I came across them a couple of years ago when I was looking at a way to fix the wrongs of the Telecaster bridge, and they do basically the Babix system. Their saddles are adjustable in 3 different ways each, and they're all fine-tune adjustable rather than guesswork or like having to knock something into place that you have to do with certain bridge systems. They are just all fine-tune adjustable using an Allen key. And the common complaints about Gibson basses are that the bridges suck a giant one. So having the Babix full contact bridges means that they are probably going to be pretty good basses.
It's a chunky old bridge. I'm just looking at the SG one now. It's massive.
Yeah, that is the drawback. They are very weighty, but apparently more weight, more tone. So that's a common.
More contact with the body, is it? I guess.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like tone science to me.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you come into this this podcast for well-researched facts, you really don't know us. But yeah, I like the Babix bridges, and I think the Gibson 2018 bass collection is looking to be pretty cool. And the fact that they're doing a Thunderbird bass in a bright red, it's like it's almost like the Road Flare red that Ibanez do. It's like almost like an orangey red, which is so goddamn cool. However, we're not called Bass Talk. Basses don't have frets. So
Well, they do.
Matthew, stop it.
Stop lying to people.
Basses don't have enough frets.
Yeah, well, they could have no frets. So yeah, we're not a bass podcast. We don't even pretend to be. But just as a quick aside, I think these things are pretty cool for Gibson. I think it's definitely a cool move for them. Without even realising, we're being very positive about Gibson this week. I'm sure we can end that, can't we? I'm sure there'll be something we can pick up on. But anyway, let's move on. We're going to talk about amplification. Which one do we want to talk about first? Go on, we'll go with the innuendo.
We're going to get our cocks out.
We're going to get the cocks out. Matt, you're going to talk all about the cocks, aren't you? Because you're a big fan of the cocks.
Am I going to talk about cock?
Yeah.
I do like a bit of cock. To be honest with you, until that episode where we laughed at this 25 episodes ago at this point, I'd never heard of Greg Koch, but he appears to be a guitarist of some type.
Yeah, a very, very competent one, by what I've heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, as far as I can see, he's got 2 new amps and a new cab, and I'm not going to talk about the new cab because it's a 212. Yeah, it's a cab.
It's a box with speakers, isn't it? Yeah, it's hardly exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll leave that one. But the first one I've got new for 2018 is this Greg Koch signature combo.
Yes.
And it's a 50-watt tube amp. It's got 6 12AX7s and 2 EL84s for the power.
Six 12AX7s.
6 12AX7s in a preamp.
Fuck me.
I'm guessing if you turn it up loud, it's quite drivey.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and then you've got three channels and a foot switch to flick between the three. So you've got clean, overdrive, and overdrive boost, which I'm guessing is just
More.
clean, crunch, and lead.
Yeah.
And then there's separate drive volume and passive bass, middle, and treble controls for the clean channel and for the overdrive and the overdrive with boost. So you've got two separate EQs for the clean and the drive. You've also got a foot switchable tremolo, and it's got two types of tremolo, harmonic and normal.
Okay, yeah.
I have no idea what the two different...
Harmonic tremolo is... it's slightly like vibrato, but not really. It's quite a... it's becoming a bit of a flavour of the month recently, the harmonic tremolo. They're popping up quite a lot.
A video just on this amp beforehand, and it's kind of univibey. So he was playing it on the clean,
Right, okay.
I don't know, and it sounded very vibey. And then he switched to the normal one. Obviously, that was just kind of a nice warm tremolo. But yeah, the first one definitely had a different characteristic.
Right, okay.
Am I right in thinking that this has got a reverb as well that's got three controls?
Yeah, and a spring tank and a 3-controlled reverb as well.
So it's. I mean, I watched a little bit of the video that the good man Cock was touting the amplifier, and I tried so hard to listen to the specifications of the amplifier that he was talking, but his playing was just so very good that I fell into some kind of Cockley trance. So yeah, I just couldn't stop staring at the Cock.
Mr. Cock. I mean, I actually was not aware of him until this year's NAMM videos started coming out, because I think the first thing I seen him do was Reverend. Yeah. And then he started playing. I was like, who the hell is this, and how is he able to do these things?
Is this what practice does?
In practice, I just want instant results. I don't want any of this practice bullshit.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
But yeah, apparently if you practice, you get very, very good. I don't know. It must be something that he's eating or something in the water, maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
We'll see.
And just before we move on from this amp, you can urban tremolo which way round the circuit goes. So you can go reverb into tremolo or tremolo into reverb, which is quite cool. It's not something I've seen on a Valve amp before.
No, not at all. I believe that there is a correct way of doing it and an incorrect way, though.
I would agree, but people like to do things wrong and make weird noises.
Yeah, I mean, just there's a reverb dig here somewhere, isn't there, Matt? You can make it up yourself. To be honest, I've done it so many times. I'll just add a time marker on this. I'll go insert reverb dig here. So I don't even need to repeat myself. Yeah. So yeah.
And the other thing I find a bit odd about this is it's a 50-watt amp, but it's 2 10s rather than 2 12s.
Isn't it switchable as well? Doesn't it? Doesn't it switch down to 25 as well?
Yeah.
So it's but instead of calling it full power and half power, they've called it penthode and triode.
Yeah, it's the way that the valves work, isn't it?
But surely penth would be 5 and tri would be 3. What about the other 2 valves after the penth?
It's electronic nerd science. That is. I mean, nerd science that I'm not going to get into right here for the sake of our listeners, and mainly because I do not know. But yeah, it's
right.
It's you got five pins on a valve, so it's only using 3 for the triode mode. So I believe. Anyway,
Right. Okay.
who knows? So that was cock number one. There's a smaller cock, isn't there?
Yeah. So if you don't need big cock in your life, you can get a cock Jupiter Junior combo. So the Jupiter is one of the amps that was already in his range. It was a Jupiter 45.
Yeah.
And he's just brought out a 20-watt version of it. So it's 20 watts, 7 in the preamp and 1 12AX7 in the power amp. I'm guessing he used up all the rest of his valves in the other amp.
Yeah, 6 12AX7s is almost juvenile, isn't it?
Yeah. So this one again has got 3 foot switchable channels, but they've got different names. So you've got cool, hot, and hot gain boost.
Nice.
So I mean, it's pretty standard what they're going to be. You've got passive bass, middle, and treble controls again for both channels. So one for the clean and one for the other. You've got spring emulated reverb in this one, so there's no spring tank on it. It's going to be a digital reverb, I would guess.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lower price model. Rather than dwelling too long on these cock amps, do we know rough prices for these, or is it just because I didn't see anything?
I haven't seen any prices at all. I've just seen what is on his website.
Yeah.
No, I went looking and I couldn't see, which means it's going to be unfriendly priced. The full fat cock, if I must say it. That one's not going to be very fun.
Yeah, I wonder if
That's where I was going wrong. I was searching full fat cock on the internet, and all manner of things were coming up.
I mean, it begs one final question, doesn't it? That if the cock plays very well with the Big Muff.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's not the only amplifier that was touted at NAMM, was it? So Vox, the purveyors of all things Voxy, they've gone all in with this new tube thing. We talked about the potential a couple of weeks back. Matt, do you mind telling us about the MVX 150?
It's a 150 watt version of the little micro heads that we talked about at the time. So instead of being those little 50 watt heads, it's a lot bigger, a lot more controls. You've got a full range of EQ rather than just having the I think there's 3 little knobs on the other one, but you've got full ranges of EQ now. They're claiming 150 watts worth of power that's switchable half, a fifth, a 30th, and 150th. So that you can switch it all the way down.
And a mute as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to mute your amp, you could also turn it off. But,
but yeah,
and it's got an effects loop in it as well.
Yeah, which the MV50s did not have.
No.
It's still quite a small amp, isn't it? It's quite compact. It's, from what I see, it fits on
it's still a tiny head, but it's
150. Yeah, so this is potentially giggable, usable, being your gigging amp now rather than just a backup.
Yeah, and they're claiming that you can do clean at volume. Now, I haven't heard them do clean at volume with it. I've heard a little sample of the drive out of it, which sounds all right, but it's quite high gainy. It's not a very Voxy sounding amp.
Yeah, this was one of the sticking points for me. It says it goes from crystal cleans to high gain, and I'm thinking Vox aren't known for their high gain.
Yeah, how well did the what was it called, the Night Train go down?
As far as I hear, they did do pretty well. They're a bit of a hidden gem, but it hasn't changed people's opinions of Vox generally, has it? They're not known for their...
No, and the Night Train was going for less than cost price by the time it was coming off the range, so that tells you all you need to know, really.
Ugh.
They were going for 150 quid, those heads.
Really? Oh, I need to see if I can pick one of those up.
Yeah.
Because I heard that the cleans are pretty good. But yeah.
Josh Beaton had one.
He did.
And said it was all right.
And then he traded it for a Panama, and he hasn't regretted that since.
Not at all.
But yeah, this range boasts a head, which I believe is small enough to fit on a 112 cab, a combo, and a cab as well. And the combo and cab are loaded with Celestion redbacks, which I've not even heard of before.
No, me neither.
That's a new one on me.
So yeah, so it's something new. But yeah,
is it like a broken greenback?
Maybe, yeah. A very hot greenback. So yeah, I mean, prices. It's looking a little bit silly. So we're talking 649.
I've just seen them.
Yeah, 649 for the head. Which, I mean, if they are the same kind of tech and the same kind of drawbacks that you got with the MV50s, they're 199. In fact, some of those are coming in less than that. So if you bought three MV50s, which equates power wise, you're still £50 shorter than the this MVX 150 head. So the combo is 849 and the cab is 349.
That's hideously expensive, if I do say so.
I think that
ouch.
They are jumping in with both feet to this new tube technology. They are touting it as the next generation of tube technology, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, in the 80s, they were touting rack unit as the only way you can get effects. And how did that go?
It worked for a while. I don't think you see many racks these days, but yeah.
So you need to get out more if you're not seeing enough racks.
Booyah. Yeah. So, what are our opinions on this Vox new tube valvey, not valve head? What are we saying, boys? I think that size says it all.
I don't know. Does this stuff ever come off, really? Like the gimmicky? I mean, there's only. I'm not very well versed in these things, as maybe as some of you guys are in terms of the breadth of knowledge and experience with different things. But I've had a valve amp and I've had non-valve amps. In between, maybe kind of a valve amp, but I imagine that it's just not going to sound the same, and it'll hit a point. But I think it's maybe a bit too expensive to hit that point.
Yeah, I think they need some kind of introductory offers to get you hooked on the new tube technology, and then that's when they hit you with the expense. Yeah, I think you're probably right with that, to be honest. Is this going to be the next mini disc of the guitar amplifier world? Well, it's a great idea.
I think it might be the Betamax.
Oh dear God!
Betamax quality was better than VHS, though. So,
Yeah, but Pawn didn't back it, did it? So it never took off.
Yeah, true.
Oh dear!
I'm being the vast Betamax expert that I am.
That's it. Looking behind you, looking at your quality Betamax collection. Managed to pick them up for a bargain because the market fell through.
I'm just playing devil's acrobat on this one, but that's all.
Yes. Before we move on to new stuff, I did mention the MV50s, and there are two new MV50s. There is a high gain one, so again hitting that high gain Vox classic tone. And there's the Boutique, which I honestly don't know what it's doing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the article that I'm reading literally says in brackets "Dumble" for the Boutique.
That's subtle, I suppose. Isn't it like?
And the high gain one apparently is an M style amp.
Which M
So
are we talking? Are we talking Mesa or are we talking Marshall?
I'm guessing Mesa because one of the older ones was a Marshall sound.
Oh yeah, the Rock.
Yes, that was the one. The Rock.
Yeah. For our audience there, I did throw up the Rock horns there. So I suppose Dumble amps were like Dumble flavoured amps were like the flavour of 2 years ago though. So I don't know if this is going to be all that popular. 199 and no effects loop. And so I hear the type of cab that you put with the MV50s vastly alters the wattage that you get out of it. So
yeah, don't you need a 412 to actually get 50 watts out of it?
Oh, I don't know. It's something very silly. For £200, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a company which have really surprised us recently. A company who, before we started this podcast this evening, I was saying they conjure up an image of guitars with far too many strings that are all tuned down to ridiculously low tunings. That company is Schecter. I think we all know them. They're like the older and uglier brother of Ibanez. But they've really surprised us recently. The Schecter Spitfire is one of their new range. And at first glance, it looks a bit like a Reverend. So it's got that.
It looks.
It almost looked like the Reverend Billy Corgan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got like a kind of split pick guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got some specs which excited you, didn't it, Matt? You were definitely.
It does. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like Reverend and I don't know, Gretsch thrown together, in that it's a rosewood board, block inlays, Filtertrons, and a Bigsby.
So if you
on a Reverend style body,
if you get the word Reverend and you get the word Gretsch and you put them together, you get Wretch. Which I think might be quite apt here.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you do that. It doesn't make you do. I mean, if you look at the black one with that horrible leopard print bloody pick guard on it, then maybe that might make you wretch. But if you look at the purple one is sexy.
I would
let anyone else say different.
I would very much play the leopard print one, to be honest. I'm a man with no scruples.
Not 1980.
So it's got Filtertrons, it's got a Bigsby. It's very classic style, isn't it? It's.
I think tapping into that classic market with the Filtertrons, with the Bigsby, and with the 14-inch radius.
Hey, I'm digging the 14-inch radius. I think the modern playability, but with the kind of vintage accoutrements, it's something.
The one thing I will say is they kind of ruined it with the Strat style jack socket.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work for me.
What, Strat jack sockets? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all right on a Strat, but not on anything else.
I thought you were vehemently against Stratocasters.
I'm not.
Only the way that they look and sound. And
paint it pink and sparkly, and they're fine.
So yeah, if you take away everything that makes it a Stratocaster, then it's fine. Yeah, it's completely. Oh dear. But yeah. Back onto the original point. Schecter are doing things which are not disgusting. Or not disgusting. Should I just say not aimed at a non-metal market? But there was also another thing that I wanted to talk about from Schecter, because I did a little bit of research, and after wading through a sea of low-tuned super strats with varying active and passive high output pickups, I came across the Hellcat 6, which was it's almost like the love child between a Jazzmaster and a Stratocaster, but with some bass 6 thrown in there. So it's a 30-inch scale length and some rather thick strings. It's got one of the jazz style switch plate things. It's got a 12-inch radius, so again, not
Nice
aiming
and classic.
yeah. I think Fender used that before they went to the 7.25, right?
Yeah.
It's something that's kind of nipping at the heels of the Fender and the Squier Bass 6s, which is pretty cool.
I'm going to offer an opinion that is monumentally ugly. That is, I mean, if it's, if that bass 6 market is heaving, we need more people in it.
Yeah.
It's got, I mean, the hardtail, the wraparound hardtail, that's nice, that's good, I guess. But, I might take a pass on that one.
Don't let something so as insignificant as looks put you off this instrument. I imagine it will be ultimately more playable than some of the basics efforts from Fender, because I've heard some stories that suggest that they aren't necessarily the most playable instruments out of the box.
The Squiers are horrible. I've played a Squier Bass 6, and whatever you do, don't breathe on the trem arm because it might fall to pieces. It just makes some really weird noises, and everything is just kind of like a meter off the fretboard. Out of the box.
I know that's the way they came, like when they were first around. But why the hell would you have a tremolo on a baritone guitar? It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Because
especially one of those style.
I know, Jesus.
Because you need to go.
You need to dive bomb on your baritone guitar.
Of course, yeah.
Why not? Why the hell not?
I'm surprised they didn't go full Floyd Rose on that.
Yeah, keep it coming.
Have some car springs on the back to try and keep it in the right tension.
Let's see, yeah. Some shock absorbers, yeah. that'd be grand, that one. So I thought it was a pretty cool thing anyway. So apparently the Hellcat 6 is it needs to go back to hell.
I mean, if you're into that Bass 6 thing, then fair enough. But I mean, it's not like they're a massively well-known instrument. If you're not a guitarist who follows the media, you probably don't even know they exist.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was cool that another company, and Schecter nonetheless, are having a pop at that market.
Another thing, sorry, just before we move on, that I just noticed on the Schecter website is when I looked through the guitar, and there's a hell of a lot of models on there, but right at the very bottom, they have Wild Audio, and
are they part of Schecter?
A disgrace, and I don't care. If you like Zakk Wylde, that's fair enough, but his guitars are rank, and it just brings back those videos of when I think Rob Chapman was sent one, or if we're not supposed to name names, but he was sent one, and he was like, it's good, it's got some good qualities, and he was trying his very, very hardest to say something nice about this thing he'd been given, and it just looked like a fucking abomination. So that's just me. So.
Yeah. It actually makes sense that it's now kind of tied in with the Schecter. Now you mention it. I mean, I like Zakk Wylde, but then again, I like Yngwie Malmsteen as well. It's almost like a tongue in cheek, like an irony, the way that I like them. But there's no denying that Zakk Wylde can play the instrument. He can play very well, and his picking technique it makes me weep, because I know that I'm never going to get there. But yeah, the guitars they're an acquired taste. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's Schecter. And they're kind of branching out and away from the metal thing as much. So maybe keep looking out for Schecter, and we might see some.
Well, just before we do fully move on, they do a Gretsch hollow body Schecter, and it looks brilliant. It looks like a Gretsch. Schecter Coupe, so it's pretty much a black version of my my Gretsch, but far more high end with the price point.
And with
£1,100, but
with an 18-inch radius this time.
I don't know, because I'm not connected to the internet, because my Wi-Fi is pretty crap, and I'll disconnect from the call if I click on the link. So I don't know what the radius is, but it looks cool.
It's a risk worth taking, Matt. It's a risk worth taking.
I'll jump on that grenade for Matt, but it's a 12-inch radius, and it does look. There's a green one as well, and it's new for 2018, and dark emerald green, and it's very, very nice indeed.
Yeah, they do another couple of hollow bodies as well. The Curion is it or something like that. It's like a 3.35 star. Anyway, we urge you to go and have a look at Schecter and just try and. I mean, the website's not great. It requires you to kind of cycle through all of the product models to get to the ones that you want. But there are some real gems in there. And I believe I've seen a couple in stores recently as well, so I might, next time I'm in one, pick up a Schecter and see what the fuss is about. On to our final bit of news for this week. There is a certain brand of a man who was mentioned not so long ago. Mr. Robert of Chapman.
Good old Bertie.
Yeah. He's a man. He made his own instrument company some like 5 years ago, something like that. Maybe even more. They were Chinese made. They then were Korean made. Now he's releasing the British standard. So there are 4 in the range. This requires a little bit of prior knowledge to the Chapman range. But so we've got the ML1, which is a Strat-shaped thing. It's usually a HSS setup. It's an HH in the British standard. I think they call it the ML1 Modern. Then they've got the ML2, which is very single cut inspired.
Is it an F single cup or a G single cut?
Yes. G. Yeah, very.
G.
Yeah, very long play inspired. The ML3, which is inspired by country tones.
Right. Okay.
Which is your other single cut. Yeah. And there is the Ghost Fret, which is inspired by the letter Z. Kind of
right. Okay.
Or like a lightning bolt. Yeah. If you were to go to a foreign land, you might want to explore this shape.
It's very diplomatic, Andrew.
I know, yeah. So yeah, there are 4 in the series of British standards. They are handmade in the UK in very small orders. They are spec'd up to the hilt. So stainless steel frets. We're talking roasted maple necks on some of them. Boutique pickups, so you get pickups of your own choice, be them bare knuckle or Seymour Duncan or whatnot. I believe, I don't know. I got 2 minutes into the product video and wanted to hit something, so
Was it a certain person in the face really hard?
Yeah, he prattled on more than I do, and it was insufferable. But anyway, we soldier on we shall. The stainless steel frets and many modern accoutrements. So it seems to be targeting a modern audience. The price point, what would you guys pay for one of these? What do you think? What would be a fair price?
Is it?
I mean, if it's
what would you pay, or what do you know they're charging?
Well, if you already know the answer, then
I mean, if it's British made and it's got some nice features, and you probably put it in the Sir price bracket of maybe like 2.5.
Yeah, I'd say that would be a fair assumption. Add a grand to that,
sort of like,
because it's got a certain person's name on it, and then you'll be in the right price bracket then. So we're talking
so
3.5 is what I think.
If we're not 1.5 because it's got his name on it.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't take a dip, no. So 3.5 grand for so a Strat style, a LP style, a Tele style, or an Explorer style. With granted, we're talking like I think Hipshot tuner, Hipshot bridges. I assume the tuners are going to be something decent as well. Uprated nuts, who misses, and stainless steel frets.
Glow in the dark dots. Don't forget the glow in the dark dots.
Oh yes, yeah. The vastly important. This is made for speed and professional quality. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been playing a gig where I've thought, where am I on this?
Pitch darkness.
Yeah. But even if I was playing in pitch black, on a pitch black stage, I don't think I'd ever look down and go, where am I on this fretboard? Oh, if only I had some glow in the dark dots to guide the way.
So I mean, I'm not a professional or semi-professional guitar player, but then this seems to be this kind of two industries, I think, were like custom made, like handmade guitars and things, and you've got things that are more pointed towards progressive, technical, metally, and you've got things that are traditional but with some modern features on it.
Yes.
Like you said, Sur and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've not seen any of either of these things top out at these kind of prices. I mean, sorry, not top out, but just in general, just for a Strat style double humbucker Sur with, a nice neck and, whatever. And that'll be like you say, between 2.5. And I know it's made in the UK, I know the very limited quantities and all this kind of stuff, but then to have a dragon fade flame top and somebody's name on the headstock and whatever, and it be like $1,000 more, it just feels like a big reach, and it feels a bit like a big reach for a company that's less than 10 years old. And I don't know if
fair to say.
I don't know if it's just perception or what is achievable for that particular brand, because I mean it seems to have been popular, and I guess it has been popular, the fact that they refreshed the range last year, and that probably made it more popular because there was much more choice available. But it just feels like a big old leap in the life cycle of a company for people to take those risks to spend that amount of money when there is other stuff available for less money but far more established. And I guess that might change across time, maybe another 10 years we've all been proven wrong and they have been worth it, and that's their their signature, their bread and butter then, are these handmade instruments. But at this point in time it just feels a bit early.
I think at every given point I've been feeling that I felt their jump to kind of $1,000 plus for their Korean stuff was pushing the boundaries, and I was proven wrong with that one because people have been buying them. and now this, it makes no sense. I think there's a huge backlash on the internet. It's not just us. It's kind of resounding across the whole of the guitar community online that these are well out of the price range of most people, and it's not a wise financial decision. If you buy a high-end Gibson, you buy it knowing full well that like a good at least 60-70% of that money could be instantly returned if you weren't gelling with that instrument. Same with a Suhr, same with a Fender Custom Shop, same with a lot of these big brands. I mean, I've seen stuff from like even like Strandberg and those modern kind of headless instruments. I've seen those mayonnaise as well. They like people buying them and turning them around, and the prices aren't dipping. Whereas I've seen, I've seen, what's the company? Sorry. Chapman, that's the one. Yeah, I've just been talking about it for the past 5 minutes. I've seen Chapman instruments that have been less than 6 months old going for like £200-300 on the used market because they don't have that resale. It's just not there. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's all good and well if you're buying a £700-800 Chapman and losing a bit on that. If you're then buying a $3,500 Chapman, the losses on it, if you don't gel with it, are phenomenal then.
I mean, I guess they know something that we don't, because some kid who watches YouTube probably isn't saving up. I'll say kid, or some early 20s, whatever, is saving up all the money to buy one $3,500 guitar.
Yeah.
Person who's going to be buying this kind of stuff. But again, it just feels a little bit of a stretch in terms of. But I guess, the rest of the stuff they're doing, the new range and how well it's been received, is probably funding this endeavor. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it just feels a bit like an ego project in some respects, as opposed to anything else.
I mean. I was just going to say, it feels like he thinks he's Slash, and by throwing his name on the headstock of something that's built not in the Far East, he can say, right, it's got my name on it, and it's a built in the West instrument, therefore it needs to be stupidly priced because it's got my name on the headstock. And don't get me wrong, I don't like the guy, and there's a lot of people that will, so I'll say it up front. I'm not a fan of him. I've never liked any of his videos. He comes across as quite arrogant and quite, I don't know how to say up his own arse without saying up his own arse, but he comes across that kind of way, and it just, the way that this is, it all screams, I want people who've got brown noses to come and big me up, rather than actually look at the instruments. The instruments themselves don't look like value for money, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to get any argument to the contrary with that. I think it is probably worth leaving it there before we start getting a little bit too derogatory here. So, as a final wrap-up for that, I don't think I see the market for it. I can't see a future for it. But that, I mean, I've been proven wrong about each and every step of their progression through this. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes, and good luck to the man. Well, not just him. It's also you've got the guy at Andertons who's got a hand in that as well, and the chaptain.
Right, okay.
So
let's see where it goes.
yeah, I think that's it. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. So yeah.
I think if he keeps it to low numbers, I think they'll be fine, because there's going to be a few people out there that are that into his YouTube channel that do have a bit of disposable income. It's just whether there is enough to sustain that long term.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think it's getting a resounding positive from any of us, though. I think that's safe to say. Anyway, we have been a Fret Talk podcast. We have mopped up the dregs of NAMM, and I promise you next week we're not going to be talking about NAMM. I promise you. So, if you'd like to catch me on interwebs, you go on facebook.com, you go /Budget Pedal Shop. If you want to go and find some pictures, what I do, you go on instagram.com /Budget Pedal Shop. If you want to see moving pictures with voice and guitar stuff, you need to go to YouTube, and I will leave a link in the description of this podcast. I don't know the alphanumeric code, and it's not /Budget Pedal Shop just yet. If you want to find Matt, you go SwitchIOM, so it's facebook.com /SwitchIOM. If you want to find our good friend Paul, it is Vitamin P at Instagram, is it?
Instagram and Twitter. If you want to see pictures of guitars and cats, get onto Instagram. Look for Vitamin P.
That's a winning combination right there. Guitars and cats. Someone should start an Instagram about that. Cats and maybe amps.
There is a successful cats on amps account which I do follow fervently.
I believe so do I. Shamefully, I don't think I want to. So yeah, if you want to catch up with any of us guys, you go into the Facebook group, which is Facebook groups. You search Fret Talk Podcast. You'll be able to get in contact with any of us. We hang out there. We post pictures and videos and all general manner of news stuff. If you want to get your questions or your topics onto the podcast, that is the best place to do it. Generally, if you're subscribed to us, I'd really like you to go onto iTunes and give us a 5-star review. It will help us gather some popularity and will make this podcast an even betterer one. So I think that is us for this week. From your host, it is me, the Budget Pedal Chap, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From your co-host, Mr. Matt Quine. He's almost like a part of the furniture now, almost so. And from your co-host, Mr. Paul Farrell. This will be a good night and goodbye from us. Toodle pip.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ta-ra. Bye.